Hello, my name is Ernie Starcevic. I work for Tradewinds Furniture. I'm going to be your guide today to take you through some of the features and benefits that have made us one of the fastest growing furniture companies in the market today. What we try to do is provide you with the latest fashion styles, because furniture is a fashion business, with old world craftsmanship. That's why we've been so successful in the short time we have been in business. One of the things we do that makes us unique is we own our own lumber yard. Now this is very important, and I can't stress enough what this does for our furniture. When we buy lumber, we buy it with the bark on it. We strip it, we dimensionalize it, we dry it to less than a 7% moisture content. That is the industry standard. It keeps wood from warping, twisting, cracking, all of which is very bad for furniture. We buy lumber in huge quantities from all over the world. We shop really hard for our lumber. This is very important because when we buy the lumber that we buy in the amounts that we buy it in, it's a sale every day for us. We don't have to go bargain shopping on the open market and maybe get some bargain lumber, which is not what we want. Some of the woods we use are pine from New Zealand. It's an excellent wood to make furniture out of because it's grown south near Antarctica and it's grown at high altitudes. The end result is that you get a very short growing season and a very hard, very beautiful pine that almost looks like a maple. It's closer to oak on a hardness test than it is to most pine. We buy birch from northern Russia because it's the world's best birch for furniture. We buy ash from China. We buy oak from the United States, Virginia. It's very, very good wood. We buy an Asian cherry called catalpa. We buy alder from British Columbia. We buy cherry from Tennessee and Virginia. We buy cedar from Tennessee. We buy our hardwoods all over the world, and we take them to our factory where we process them there. This gives us an advantage. We give you a better quality of wood for less money. It's a better investment in our furniture. Okay, let's talk about ways to build dressers, chests, and nightstands. When you are building the basic skeletal structure of a chest, a dresser, or a nightstand, the pieces will not work long term if they're not square. The drawers won't pull in and out. It can do what we call racking, where the top will lean at a different angle than, say, like the base. We don't have that problem at Tradewinds. We use what is called mortise and tenon construction. The industry standard is to put the dowel at the end of a structure piece. We put two. It will slide into the side of a case piece, giving you a very durable, very square, very long-lasting way of constructing a piece of furniture. On the side panels of a dresser and chest, a lot of people use particle board, they'll use plywood, they'll use substances that are not solid wood to save money. We don't have to do that. Like I've already told you, we control the aspects of wood production. So what we will do, this is actually a veneer, the way Tradewinds does a veneer. This will have a solid core on the inside of New Zealand pine, and on the outside we may put oak if it's our mission, we may put alder, we may put cherry, but we control all aspects of the production and quality. As you see, this is no particle board, no plywood, a completely solid piece of wood. Now we will use this on the sides of a dresser or a chest or a nightstand because what it will do is give you a very nice quality piece of furniture, but you don't have to use a solid piece of cherry on the side of a dresser when you can do a veneer like this, which is just as durable and actually probably longer lasting than a piece of solid wood cherry, which when you cut it to this kind of dimensions can sometimes warp, twist, or crack. We try to do this and eliminate any potential problem there could be for the consumer. Here are some common points of all Tradewinds drawers. Number one, a lot of manufacturers, when they're trying to do something for a price, will simply staple the drawer ends together. They'll do that butt joint I talked about. We do not. We dovetail each and every drawer at Tradewinds. The advantage is it stays square. I'm going to reiterate that point again. This is a lot better than staples. With dovetail joints, you have a corner that will not come apart. The wood cannot twist, warp, or crack. With stapled joints, if it ever does move in a corner, twist, warp, or crack, the drawer will come apart. If it doesn't stay square, it won't work forever like we want our drawers to work. Another thing that's common in all Tradewinds drawers is corner blocks. We corner block every drawer again to increase the integrity of the drawer. All drawers, except our cedar drawers, which we'll cover in a moment, are hardwood construction. This is a hardwood. It is kiln dried to less than 7% moisture, which is the industry standard for good drying. It is laminated, and it is all of hardwood construction. This is our standard drawer base. This is a piece of solid wood that we dado into the drawer framing. It's a very, very durable way to make a drawer. Okay, let's talk about drawer glides that we use at Tradewinds and why we use them. Number one, the most common one is what we call a European drawer glide. It's metal and enforces and reinforces the side structure of a drawer, keeps it square, rolls very nicely on 2 tracks. We use a glide called a Whisper glide, a little more expensive than the competition, but there's more rubber in the wheel instead of Teflon. It's quieter, it works for a longer period of time, and we like them, and our customers have been very happy with the way that we have used them. Another type of drawer glide that we use at Tradewinds is a wood glide. Very common in furniture years ago before the advent of the metal sides. But we do something different with our wood glide. We dovetail it. See how it's angled there? What it does is prevent the drawer from moving up and down like this as it's being opened and closed, giving you a longer lasting, more durable type of glide. Another type of drawer glide that we use in some of our office furniture and also in our adult mission is called a full extension glide. See how the drawer opens all the way, giving you complete access to the back of the drawer? It's a very nice way to do a drawer, and we do this in our adult mission collection, which we'll cover here in a little bit. I think it's the best mission collection in the country today. So that is another type of glide we use. Again, we do all these things to create durability, create longevity in our home furnishings. One of the things that we do at our factory, which is also very unique, is each drawer in each piece of furniture is opened and closed at the factory before it leaves the factory. If it needs to be adjusted, it's adjusted. If it's fine, it gets boxed, packaged, and goes. But when you get your furniture home, the drawers are going to work. They're going to open, they're going to close, they're going to stay square. So just to review, one of the things we like to do is make a drawer that is not going to break down. We have one of the lowest rates of return in the furniture business. We're half of the industry standard. Our factory has an incredible attention to detail and quality, and it'll show in our drawers. So just to review, dovetailing front and back, corner blocking to keep them square, sealed on the inside, hardwood drawers, and open and close before they leave the factory. Now it's time to talk about an exception. We have 3 collections that we use cedar drawer boxes for. The Adult Mission Collection, the French Classics, and the Cherry Expressions. We do not seal those drawers because there's no use using cedar if you lacquer over it. The aromatic properties have a purpose. They keep clothes very fresh smelling, and they do a very, very nice job as far as keeping bugs and things like that out of your clothes. That's why people used cedar in the old days, because they didn't have the kind of bug controlling screens we have now. Bugs were everywhere. They used cedar to keep moths out of the clothes. Everybody knows about a cedar chest. Well, in the French Classics collection, the Cherry Expressions collection, and our Adult Mission, every drawer is a cedar chest.